Now we're going to take a look at technology and how technology can be used to answer all of these probability questions related to data with means and standard deviations, or our continuous random variables, right, and density curves. So all the answers are here. You can pause and take a look at those. You're going to want to try to practice to get these on your own. I'll do some, but you really want to see if you can replicate those. But let's show you first how to do it in StatCrunch. So I want to answer, what's the probability, or what proportion of values have a z-score less than 1.45. Important is that we cannot use the empirical rule because these only work for exact values of 1s, 2s, 3s, -1s, -2s, -3s. And so that's why we have to come up with some other mechanism. So some people use tables. You can read these off of tables, long list of called z-tables, and you may see those in other videos and stuff. We're going to use StatCrunch, and I'll show you the art of stat. So let's go to StatCrunch here. And so we're looking for the normal calculator. And we were looking at what's the probability that the z-score is less than 1.45, less than or equal to 1.45. And in this case, all you do is put 1.45 in there. Normal calculator, and then your mean is 0, standard deviation is 1, and compute, and that's it. There's your answer, 0.92. And notice it draws in the normal curve, which you should do to get a sense of how to do it, what you're actually solving for, and the red represents the proportion. And so there's your 0.923 or 0.9264. Let me reread that again. 0.9264, sorry. There you go. And then you get these other ones the same way. How about between 0.25? So you want to practice that to see you can match those values. Well, I'll show you this one here. 0.25 and 1.53. There's a between 0.25 and 1.53. And compute, and there you go. Okay. I'm going to show art of stat now. And again, there's your red part. And you can see that red part represents the proportion, 33.8%, which matches what I got here. In the art of stat, when you get there, go to your web apps. You're going to look at distributions. I'm looking for the normal distribution. There we go. And within the normal distribution here, you will see we want to find probabilities. You can also explore, see what happens when you change the mean, what happens. But find the probability. The mean is 0, standard deviation is 1. And so for that first one, we wanted less than or equal to 1.45. So we're going to use the less than, the lower one, x value 1.45. And that's it. There it is. You see the answer here. You get it as a percent versus a relative frequency. But you can see the notation. And in continuous variables, it doesn't matter where it's less than or equal to or less than on a continuous random variable. That's a more mathematical idea, but so don't worry about that notation there. And so you have that there. The other one was a between, and so you had the between one, and I think that was between 2.25 and 1.53, and so 0.25 and 1.53, and so then you see that there's that answer again. Okay, so that's how you use the art of stat. Let's do one more here, and you'll do these other ones on your own. Let's do one more here. Let's do this one here, the OR. On the OR, you're looking in two directions. You're looking to the left or to the right. So let's see what StatCrunch does. So what are our numbers there? So you just break it up into two pieces. So mean is 1, so I do the less than part first, negative 1.71. So you do that one, negative 1.71, compute, get that answer, document that, and then get the 1.71, get that answer, and then you have, sorry, we need the other direction, there we go, you get that answer, 0.043. When you add those two together, right, you got to add those two together. So make a note of that. You add both. Okay. And then you get that total answer there. That's for the OR part. Okay. you need to do that for both of them. And then you would do the same thing for, so apologize, the artist stat, there we go. You would do the same thing. Break it into the two groups, less than, negative 1.71. Got your answer there. And then you want the greater than 1.71. And you got your answer, to add those both together. So that's what we're looking at. Go ahead and practice using technology to get these answers here. Again, don't worry about the signs. Remember, greater than or less than or equal signs. StatCrunch uses the greater than or less than, less than or equal to, and then you have that. This last one here, probability of obtaining the value that is greater than 1.2 standard deviations. Again, see if you can knock that out. What we're really looking at is that you're looking at the z-score is less than negative 1.25, and the z-score is greater than 1.25. You got to go in both directions, to the positive and negative. So you're actually going to calculate that. The probability that it's this, or it's an or problem, because it's greater than, more than those. Okay, similar to this one here.